Are you ready for an intense race weekend full of crashes, drama, heat strokes, drifting, everything, you name it, on the legendary track Spa-Francorchamps with another round in the Alpine Elf Cup. I'm driving for Chazelle Technology Course and we had some crazy drama. So sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. This weekend genuinely had it all. It was insane. You cannot believe what happened. We had to make crazy changes, big steps to improve the car, and it was phenomenal to drive on the Spa-Francorchamps racetrack for the very first time. And yes guys, I did try it and it did not go very well. I tried to go flat out through Eau Rouge and hey, I did not necessarily win here. Good morning champs, we are here today at Spa-Francorchamps. We're going to be doing the free practice one shortly, so hopefully the weather stays like it is as it is now, because I've never driven on this track before. The Alpine has been prepped again very nicely with Chazelle. Currently out on track are the GB3 cars that are the main event, and we're just after that. So we're going to get prepped right now for that, and then let's have some fun.
Feeling good?
Yeah, feeling a lot more confident compared to last time. So let's see what we can do, shall we? Gonna be great. First time Spa. You can see it already a little bit in my face here. I was genuinely a little bit nervous to go up on Eau Rouge, especially because it's such a beautiful but blind corner. This car is a rear wheel drive, rear engine car, so it can snap, especially when you get off compression on the top of the hill. During my first practice I was trying to obviously get confidence in the car and in the setup, and after a couple laps I did actually do very well. As you can hear, I was going flat out already in 5th gear, however, through Eau Rouge, full on the limiter, which is absolutely insane. I mean, if you do a roller coaster, do that times 2, and that's how great it is. This was already 45 minutes, but the race is going to be epic, especially with these conditions. Man. So many rooms for overtaking, and I mean, driving on a Formula 1 track is special, really special. If you say if you would have told me last year that I would drive on Formula 1 tracks and doing all this, unreal. It's so cool, so cool. So after coming out of the car, it's obviously very important to set up the car properly. With a couple mechanics, the head engineer within the team, different tires, different drivers, we all do our best to set up the car. Some go a little bit faster in some corners, so you can learn from one another. We can't show you the screen here, but those funny movements I'm making is to showcase in which corner or what kind of feeling I have. That will genuinely help to translate what the car should be doing. The biggest problem at Spa-Francorchamps is not only the limits of the car, but also the limits of the track. As you'll learn now, there was a big problem with Romain.
Stop and go. Forcément, je fais stop and go, ça part derrière.
But they gave you stop and go penalty for the race?
No. Yeah, they give me. I got a warning. Okay.
Yes, I got
then
that too.
I had stop and go. I did my stop and go, and when I did my stop and go, they told me no.
No, it's finished. You have to race direction.
Ta caméra.
What? On voyait pas.
Voilà, on filme trop toi.
Ouais, carrément.
Pas assez la route, tu vois, à côté de cette
Ouais,
divane.
carrément, ouais, descends là. Ouais.
Crazy.
No crazy.
Where did you cut the corner then? On Eau Rouge or?
Eau Rouge and Blanchimont.
Both.
No, but I tried to keep on the line.
Which one? This one?
Blanchimont, the last one.
Oh yeah, I did that too. This one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this one.
I went
here.
every time, very wide, almost in the gravel.
Yeah.
And you got black flagged.
Yeah. But in the end, because they tell me, yeah, after that many warnings, you are black flag. How am I supposed to be ready for the next session and quali if I don't try?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did the same. I was pushing like crazy, but there was so much understeer there. I even had to brake. If you did not brake in Blanchimont, you.
Divane.
Point of T1.
I learned that I pushed too hard on corner entry apparently. So obviously you need to find the limits in free practice. Ah, come on over, man.
Sorry.
So with what we done in free practice 1 is always push the limits, and what we've seen is that the entry speed is great. However, then the exit is then being the one that's not very good anymore. if we compare, for example, to Romain, his middle speed going through the corner is a lot better than mine. So what I need to learn is to brake less aggressive into the turn and early on the gas going outward, and then hopefully have a more progressive line through the next turn so you can carry more speed. But that learned. Let's see if we can get some food, shall we? So we have new, or not new to me, but we have other tires now for this session because the other ones were a little bit worn. As we see on the side here, and here on the side you can clearly see that these look very clean, but then the ones over here are quite worn out already. So what we're trying to do now is to see with other tires if the car feels more stable, and let's see if I can drive behind Romain in the next session and go chase him.
Yeah, but I think you did at the really last. I mean, it was like mid-session, so they told me to go to the right direction. But I mean, I think it was the same for you. You should have gone to the right direction because it was the end of the session.
They did. Ah, okay. So I was lucky.
Yeah. Because in the end, for me, I did not have a black flag, but they sent me to the right direction. So in the end, it's the same. You have to unlock yourself, go to the right direction, get in the beginning.
You did only half a session then?
Yeah, I did like 5 laps.
Stupid. So what Romain was just saying, I mean, track limits, track limits, track limits. I mean, it's very easy to do, right?
Yeah, especially in Spa-Francorchamps. I mean, in the FP1, you're supposed to discover everything, you know?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I discovered it cannot go full throttle.
Exactly, you can't.
Okay, so FP1 was done. We just got a coffee break. Now we're time to do FP2. Just discussed with Romain what we're going to be doing. Track limits is obviously going to be a bit of an issue here, but he allowed me to drive behind him to see what we do different and learn from one another. And then hopefully we can do P3 or top 3 times with the professionals. So here we go, out on another couple of laps in FP2. Crazy speed I had in the car. It was so much fun fighting this car around this legendary circuit, chasing up the professionals. As you can see, I have no trouble following someone in the dirty air. Even with a low downforce setup like these cars have, you can actually feel the air moving around the car, which is very noticeable under braking and can cut you out easily. So main objective was beat or match the pros. If you would say what would be a good recipe to bake a Johan, Spa-Francorchamps in an Alpine is probably a good recipe for about 45 minutes and then it's well done. It's not even medium rare. I was underestimating the heat in the car and I'm still trying to not pass out because it was so incredibly heavy to do 45 minutes in FP1. But pace was great, fastest in sector 1, so we need to look how to improve in sector 2, sector 3, but definitely I have the confidence, maybe a little bit too much in the car and in the tire, but I was just fine. Now it's just to find the perfect limit and not trying to overheat in the qualifying tomorrow and in the race. I gotta admit, guys, I was genuinely scared at one point. When I got out of the car, I could barely think. I was feeling nauseous, I had no energy, and I really could only think about one thing: go lay in an ice bath. So that's what I did. I really needed to cool myself down. But I mean, all good now. I just had a fresh, nice cold bath. Happy now to enjoy a little bit of the sunshine here in Spa. And then, yeah, let's get started with some party, because there is a neighbor's party apparently tonight at the track. So looking forward to that. For tomorrow, if I win on the podium. If I lose, I do the same. Let's go have a drink. So you ready? Yeah, of course I'm ready, guys. I mean, it's going to be a very, very big moment for me. First time on Spa qualifying. If you can imagine the stress that I had yesterday compared to today, it's going to be such a big difference. It's very hot, and yesterday I almost fainted in the car, so really doing my absolute best now to make sure that the car is feeling as good as I am. Because yesterday a long cold bath and a lot of whiskey helped me to be very relaxed for today's qualifying. It's race day, guys. Incredibly satisfying to drive around track, but now shit gets serious. So what we're doing now, team strategy, and let's go.
I think it's better if you do your lap time. I secure my lap time.
I think that would be good if you drive behind me, like maybe 3-4 car lengths.
Yeah.
If I'm slower and you can get my slipstream, I'll move out of the way.
But if you are in fast lap.
If I'm in a very fast lap and I see you come, I will abort. Because lap 3 and lap 4, very fast. So maybe good if you go in lap 3, 2 car lengths, because 3 is too many, 4 is too many. Whatever your confidence. If I see you are very close to my bumper, I will move to the right, you stay on the race.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
Then I will sacrifice my lap.
Okay.
Because then I will just do slow, and then push lap 4. Because lap 3 and 4 is fast, the rest is shit.
Even if I'm in front of you, you can use then my reference.
Yes,
and
exactly, yeah. But then if I move, then obviously my tire dirty, and then, but again, I can still try to follow, or I will do a little bit cool, keep the tires nice, and then push for lap 4. But whatever you wish. I think that would be the best thing.
Yeah, but I think to do this, we have to move from the other, so we have to wait.
We wait 1 minute,
and we go both of us.
yes. I think that would be smart. I was giving Romain a very good slipstream twice actually, was good. Then on my first push lap I saw that Romain was closing in, so I let him by as we discussed. But then on my last push lap, when the tires were good, I got blocked by one of the gentleman drivers. So yeah, that was the best life of the tires, and that got yeah, not used. So P8 now, as far as I understood. Not happy at all. 3 positions more down than I wanted to be, but at the end of the day I hope Romain has a very good qualifying, and then can come up with some good fighting, so I can fight myself back to the front.
Thank you, mate. We tried.
Was good or no?
No, I mean, in the end, I think when the last lap was really good,
Yeah.
but I think I cut Redillon.
Ah, it looked on the mirror, looked good for me.
Okay,
You had-
maybe, I don't know,
Okay.
but I think I cut, but in the end I got a yellow flag.
Ah, yeah, full course, yeah, so I got blocked by Giacomo, so
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was proper sector 1.
yeah, I saw, you were the fastest. Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't manage to end the lap.
I tried full throttle.
I went with bottom.
You went?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. On your second push lap, or?
No, I think third or fourth.
Yeah, I was third push lap. I didn't want to do, because you were behind me, and I wanted to do full throttle, but I was like, no, let me try to not do it.
Yeah.
And then I saw you come up very quick.
Yeah.
I was like, I will move out of the way, because I had still a bit of oversteer getting into the corner. So
No, but it was, but I think yeah, we should have done it like later into the session. In the beginning, the tires were not ready. We were not ready. But the last lap was super for me. But in the end, it was like because of the.
guys, I'm very fortunate now that I'm able to afford myself to drive on track in a real track. But some of you didn't realize, but I used to be an esports champion, and I used to race in a sim every single day of the week. And now I'm very fortunate that I have partners with me that support me throughout the rounds and help me fund the racing season, alongside offering you guys an amazing experience on track. I mean, you probably already see it here right behind me, but we got some amazing custom PCs over here. I have even no idea how you can build these things, but it looks like a nuclear chem reactor here. One of those things, I think probably a week or so to produce. On the right here, I think this is one of my favorites. They call it bubble pink, but the builder just told me from Crossville that they have like this A shape from an Alpine in there, so that's pretty sick. So you can still see how beefy and big the video card is, right? When I looked at the video card, I saw, oh wow, that's so massive. Look what they've done on this side over here. They fully swapped it over, and now it's water cooled. So this whole building is completely water cooled. And look how the shape of the water cooled tubes go through the RTR Mustang here on this side. So really nice what we're looking at here. And if you're interested in one of these, feel free to check out either Cybertech or Grossbill. So guys, you obviously know me from Johan Drives. I am a driver, he is a PC builder, also called Johan. So Johan, please tell me how much work and effort you put into building these things.
Donc les ordinateurs, c'est des modèles uniques, refroidis par eau. Donc on a fait sur des thèmes spécifiques. Comme là vous voyez, on l'a fait sur le thème de l'Alpine, avec le partenaire Johan aussi, également du même prénom. Ensuite ici on a fait sur le thème du Wildest. Donc Donc un véhicule vraiment full customisé, que ce soit la carte graphique ou le processeur. Une très grosse machine pour vraiment profiter des derniers jeux en se faisant vraiment plaisir. Donc comme vous pouvez constater, on a fait vraiment un thème, même avec une vidéo, avec le véhicule, justement pour donner une illusion vraiment harmonieuse.
Perfect. Couldn't have said it better myself. So hopefully the subtitles will do enough. Champs, it wouldn't be Spa-Francorchamps if there would be 50-50 chance of whether in the dry or in the wet. If we look onto my right hand side for you guys, look at the bad clouds over there. This is gonna be a big chance that because the circuit is so massively big that on one side of the circuit, all the way up the hill, it's gonna be rain. Again, very tricky situation, because if we start the car on slick tires and we go drive for 10-15 minutes, then all the mechanics have to come in, because all the cars will come in to switch tires. It's not Formula 1, so they will take a lot of time to switch tires, so we need to discuss the strategy and hopefully have a good result. Come on! Guys, I had a lot of back pain in the very first outing in the car, so what we've done now is we added some little foam blocks on the side of the wheel. We're gonna try. It's the poor man's way of molding the seat. I mean, Formula 1, they fit the whole seat into you. Now we're doing it on the cheap. So I'm gonna fit, see if it's comfortable for me to be able to drive the car for the next 30 minutes with those changing conditions.
Okay guys, the first race ever for me at Spa-Francorchamps. Are you ready? It's gonna be wild. You cannot imagine what happens later. From all the things I thought would happen, this I did not expect. Along with me, I'm going all around the outside, along my main competitor Johan. And as you see here, crazy bunch up. Everyone is going to fly left to right and center. There's a couple of people cutting the corner, but look what happens here. I'm trying to still get around the outside of my teammate, which I successfully did. And then Romain gets pushed wide and I quickly go into the inside. And yes, boom, another position. I tried to brake very late here and apply some pressure. But to be fair, I am not fighting the same championship. I'm lighting up my tires, I'm trying to defend the guy, but hey, I just let Romain pass and I'm trying just to defend my position. As you see here, these guys are quick and I am not quick enough yet. So I was defending with nail and tooth and eventually I got past. Until this moment, I get a small little tap on the left front of my steering wheel, which caused the steering arm to be slightly bent. Bummer. Honestly, such a small tap, I did not expect the crazy issues I would have later on, but it's very difficult to drive with a steering wheel that's not straight. But look guys, what happens now, that was the last thing that I needed. Frankly, anyone needed. It started pissing down like crazy. We were driving on slick tires at Spa-Francorchamps and you blink twice and boom. The heavens opened. I was not sure what to do, and even behind the safety car, luckily the race was red flagged and stopped and did not continue. That allowed me to win in class. So a very good result.
Bam!
How does that feel? Good race?
Was good. I had a very good start. It was incredible. I mean, I went from P8 to P5, I think, P4, I don't know. Amazing start. Car was amazing. I've had a lot of confidence after I saw Romain catching up, because he's fighting for the Pro Challenger, Pro Championship. I let him pass. After that, I was battling, had lots of fun, but on the last turn I had contact with the car on the front right wheel with my front left, so my steering wheel was bent, so I was losing a lot of time. Yeah, the damage you just saw, if we walk over here, when we were fighting with Mr. Herrero on the car, we had a small touch. And a small touch is fine on the car. But in this occasion, if the wheels collide, they hook into one another, so you can see. Also on the wheel with him. And then probably my suspension got twisted, but unfortunately we were not able to fight after that hit. But at the end of the day, we still won, so let the team repair the car and let's fight for another win for tomorrow.
For those of you that just started following guys, I got a little tap on the rear end at Nogara which cost me a 10-second penalty and drop on the overall standing. So when I got the hit and my steering wheel was bent, I said, look, this was avoidable contact. I got a 10-second penalty for this. Let me just tell this to the race director. As you see here, I show it to the race engineer and he agrees with me. As you can see on the onboard, I leave plenty of space there on the inside and I just get hit on the wheel, which he agreed, Jerome, to just go to the race direction and tell my story. But genuinely, I don't know if it's because I'm not speaking the language, but I don't know what to say, guys. I did my best to not make too much of a fuss about this, but I got hit at the Ring and I got a penalty, and now I got hit again with damage as a result, and then there's an unintentional. Anyway, look, I don't want to hand out penalties to every single one. I want to race fair and square, but at the end of the day, then why the hell do I get a penalty in Nogaro, and then now they just pull up their shoulders like nothing happened? Let's not forget, we won in class, guys. Let's not forget that, we won. So, champagne.
So obviously with a victory, you need to have champagne, right?
Day 2, looking very different compared to the day before. Now it's grey, it's wet, it's Spa-Francorchamps. I mean, at the end of the day, we are very lucky that we got away with the damage that we had yesterday, because it could have been a lot worse. With the track being as green as it is now, we're obviously having to make some changes in the setup, but we're going to start with new tires again and see what we can do.
Because of that, I said I want to change my brake bias. We had some chats about wet, dry. I don't want to bore you too much, but I said please look at the current brake bias, because I think it's too far to the rear, and he confirmed just now that my suspicion was right. So we talked about it yesterday during dinner, and apparently it was. So good to know now, and then we'll see what we can do during qualifying. But as you see, it's still wet. Not sure how long, but it's Spa-Francorchamps. Maybe do another rain dance. We don't know. But I prefer the red. I prefer it.
So guys, we decided to go on the wet tire because there were still too many wet patches on the track and we didn't want to risk it. So, like in Formula 1, the track dries quickly, and when the track dries, obviously you have quicker time. So it was our main objective now to just do as much laps as possible and see what we could do. But to be fair, after a couple laps, the tires go down quickly. But man, I did not expect what happened after.
So guys, qualifying done. Very quickly drying track. It might have been the better choice to go on slicks, but we'll see. No idea where I finished, to be fair, but hopefully a good result. Car was good. After tire check, didn't necessarily improve, only got a little bit worse, but I don't know what the competition did, so fingers crossed for a good result.
Je stond vierde.
Ja, daarna niet meer. Dat dacht ik.
12e.
So apparently I'm last. Shit happened. This is the first time in history I'm starting a race on last position. Look, 46, P2, and then they tell me it's track limit. Look, how the fuck can this be track limit? So yesterday we won. That was very great results, almost unbeatable. We even fight with the pros. Today we have the complete opposite, as the start of the race is not looking very good. To be honest, I'm not really disappointed, and I really want to do my best to showcase what I can do today. So my plan would be to go maximum attack without too much risk in the beginning of the first 2 laps, but definitely if there's a gap, go for it. The onboard footage will translate what will be happening in the next couple of minutes, but we'll be preparing ourselves now. Do a quick warm-up again because the muscles need to be warmed up prior of the race, and after we've done that, then we can actually go start racing. Pre-grid starts in about 10-15 minutes, so let's see.
Okay, so starting last. Obviously not good when you have pressure from sponsors. Some of you already have seen by some small changes on the car that it can be very difficult to fund your racing season, and I was in the middle of this, and to make things worse, this happened. I had an amazing start. I go around the outside of a couple cars and I overtake 2 cars before the actual first corner, but then I am straight behind Ivan, and look what happens. I do not see the car spinning in front of me, and he brakes, bam, and I slightly hit the rear end of my teammate. Worst case scenario right there. But then cars flying off left, right and center. Insane. I had to manage the damage and had to drive, but man, it could have been so much better.
at the end of the day, I mean, we win in class, but it doesn't always is a good thing to hit your teammate, right? Especially not when there's a car crashing in front of you. So I need to look at the onboard, but I didn't see the car spin in front of Ivan, and too little time to react and damage. But I saw a lot of other cars as well being totaled, so hopefully the other drivers are okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Mixed feelings today. Again, the conditions were very, very, very hot in the car. I need to do something, maybe my condition, but it's just too much for me to drive for 30 minutes without feeling sick. So anyway, I don't know if this is the last race, but if it is, then thank you very much for following the journey. If it is not, I'll see you in Zandvoort.